Yeah.
Pepper it in.
And we're back.
Hey, we fucking did it. Another one in the books.
Yeah.
Another weekend.
We here this Thursday with Gary Mader from I Hate God.
Among other
hello?
things,
Yeah,
for sure.
among
Yes.
other
Good to meet
bands.
y'all.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah,
Indeed.
man. In this light rain we're having in Metairie tonight.
Why
It's
is it
like
rain?
and we've been standing outside. It's like it's sprinkling too hard to stay here. Go inside. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. We just got back from touring
Right.
for I guess like since April sometime, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, with like, you know, a couple of breaks in between, like, you
Right.
know, 6-8 days or whatever.
All
But,
United States?
no, we just got back from Europe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
You
so-
like it over there, touring over there?
Oh, I love Europe.
yeah, they fucking dig it.
Yeah, it's really nice over there.
Hell yeah.
The crowds are cool. Scenery is different than the U.S., of course.
Yeah, right.
Food's better.
Really? Okay.
Where'd you play?
Let's see. We started in Berlin. Then we did Athens and Thessaloniki and Greece.
Oh, Jesus.
Right?
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah,
Les's
Greece.
like,
Right,
God damn
yeah.
it. It's like
I've
5
never been
years
there.
of
It's a place I want to go for.
Nah, I was like, oh, they got fans in Greece. I like, oh,
I'll be
great,
there.
because we get to go there now. That's awesome.
Did you
Yeah.
play with Greek bands there, or is it were you touring with Louisiana or
Just in general, like people from the label coming with you?
Nah, it was just our
What
own
was-
tour.
Okay.
And on this tour, we played with mostly like locals from wherever
Nice.
wherever we were at. That we were playing with people that were from there, you know. So that's kind of cool.
I like
you
that.
know?
Yeah, you get to see a little of the scenery, see what's going on over
Nah,
that way.
definitely.
You know? Yeah.
Nah, it's much better than. It's good to have variety every night, you know.
Right. Yeah. True. Keep it fresh. Keep everything moving.
I mean, we had some fun with, you know, some bands that we've toured with that we dig as well, you know. But it's just something different to do, you know, to tour with a bunch of different bands instead of a package like we usually do
Yeah.
in the U.S., you know.
Right. Yeah. And seal everything. How was the Greek bands out there?
They were good, man. Yeah, they got some good bands everywhere. You
Of
know,
course.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Every band, every city has got like, you know, like something cool. You know, like some bandits of note. You know, but
Yeah.
we get to play with. I mean, there's like we more into like hardcore and like shit that's kind of like fast
Yeah.
and
It's
charged.
going. Yeah.
Instead of hearing like slower bands like us, you know. But we're not really slow either. You
I
know?
really don't feel like it, you know?
we were just having this conversation before you got here.
Yeah,
Like,
because I mean, I've listened to you, but it's like when they say it, it's like sludge. And when you think of sludge, I always think like just a little faster than Doom, you know? But it just doesn't feel like that. Some of it's, you know, some instrumental parts are a little slower, but like a lot of it's like fucking hitting the whole time, you know?
Yeah, I think like the slower thing was definitely like a big thing in the early days of the band. That's like what set them apart from everybody else, was that everybody else was playing like thrash and punk and hardcore, and they were playing like, you know, slower than Sabbath kind of shit, you
Right.
know, which nobody was doing at the time unless you listened to like the Melvins or Flipper, or trying to think of who was doing that kind of thing, slower stuff earlier on. Well, Black Flag side 2, which
Right,
is
yeah.
a big influence on this band for sure. But in the beginning, it was based in like the slowness and the feedback, and almost like just trying to be annoying, you know.
Did I Hate God, was it a serious band at first, or was it like a side project that they were doing?
It was a side project. It was I'm trying to think of the components, but Mike had Suffocation by Filth. That was his band. Crawl Space was another one of his bands that was functional around the same time. Jimmy was playing in Shell Shock, and he might have been playing with some other folks as well. I know he did Drip around the same time. No, that was actually after I Hate God. Drip was after I Hate God. What was the question again? I forgot.
Oh, I was just saying, was it a main? It wasn't even their main band at first.
Oh no. So
Oh,
yeah,
right,
it was like they always say it. It was meant to be like a joke band. You know?
Yeah.
You know, like the band that was least likely to to be around 37 years
No
later.
shit, right?
Yeah. It is really cool.
Or 38.
Do you actually feel like you're in like the second phase of the band, or do you just continue to like? Do you feel like there's before you and after you as far as the music goes?
Definitely, because everybody that they had before me brought something different to the table. You know,
Yeah.
like out of all of them, I think Mark Schultz was probably like the most. I mean, out of all the bass players, he's probably my favorite. You know,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
came before me because of he had a good sense of rhythm, man. Like he
Oh,
just
yeah.
wrote
Yeah.
killer parts, you know, for
Mhm.
for the band, and his playing was always my favorite. You know, before I was in the band. So yeah, there's like different phases for sure. Like I mean, if you listen to all the records, none of them sound exactly the same.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, like the first one's kind of like primitive, you know, on the borderline of like industrial, not like not like industrial like
Right.
like Nine
Drum
Inch
and bassy
Nails or
shit.
something like
Yeah,
that.
no.
But like you know, like Nocturnal Emissions or SPK or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mixed with, you know. And then Take As Needed was I think where the band's sound was formed, you know, like where it came together.
Mhm.
I mean, all of them, dude. Every like with the different bass players, with the different time frames that the albums were recorded. You know, there was times when Mike was living in New York. You know, so all kind of different factors played into how each one of those records sound. And so now I just feel like I'm part of a continuation of this band, you know,
Yeah.
or in as the bass player,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Have you been playing that same Fender the entire time?
nah, I've been having that for maybe you know, I don't even know, dude. Probably like
I
maybe,
heard-
maybe like 12 or 13 years, because everything that I had, like all the basses that I had to begin with, like the first bass was a bass that I bought when I was like 15. You
Right.
know, it's like a Yamaha,
Yeah.
like a RBX 200 or something like that. And then
Yamahas are badass guitars, though. Everyone I've ever played's been better than I thought it was going to be.
right?
You know. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But essentially just a series of cheap basses, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
whatever was $300, whatever like a friend of mine had to sell,
Yeah.
you know, the same way that we used to get all of our gear, you know.
Yeah.
But after being in this band for a little while, I started to realize, you know, this is the only thing that I really, you know, put my money into, and so I decided. I mean, it's the cheapest Fender that there is, but
Yeah.
I figured I'd at least get like a Fender, you know,
Yeah.
to see what that was like, and I should have had one the whole time because they're only like, I mean, it was like $100 more or $200 more than my other basses
Yeah.
that I was like, oh, this will be good enough, but yeah, I'm happy that I found the bass that I've got now. It's not anything special. It's not like I mean, it's straight up from Guitar Center.
Yeah.
You know, it's like one of them, one of those jazz basses that has like active pickups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just I put some passive pickups in and made it sound better.
Just so
Nice.
you don't have to change batteries. This guy's battery dies all the time.
That guy's
Dude.
so fucking busted.
Can't do it, man. I can't.
All the time, man.
Yeah, nothing like that low battery light when you're on stage.
Oh, it's so great. It happened recently. We plugged it at Santos, and everything sounded fine. And then as soon as I started doing sound check, it's crackling. It's like, I changed every wire. I don't know what it is. I don't have a 9-volt, man. It's got to be that. But like, here we are. Like we're going on right now. So.
Yeah, it's good time.
Oh, it was so good. I felt really good about the show. It felt good. Yeah.
Do you have the same amp you started playing in the band with, or?
No, when I started, I had a Seymour Duncan 400 watt.
Nice. Yeah.
That
Okay.
it was a solid state amp that sounded like, I mean, it was almost percussive. It was fucking badass. You know, it sounded amazing. I ended up selling that to Lauren from the Planchettes.
Okay.
She had it for a while, and then it finally gave out on her. But after that, I had a classic, you know, like a SVT classic.
Okay. I figure you guys aren't doing any of the direct thing anytime soon.
Any of the what?
Like the direct into the emulators
Doing
or
emulator,
whatever.
yeah.
I wouldn't think I Hate God would be going that direction. I'm sure it's going to be amps forever.
Blasphemy, yeah.
Right,
yeah. That's stupid shit.
I can't believe
When
you
I
just
see a
fucking
band
said
do that, I don't, you know, everybody's got their way of doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but just something in your mind crosses you, like, why wouldn't you want to have an amp behind you?
Yeah,
Because
it's half the fun.
it's half the fun. Yeah, I mean, really.
Yeah.
But-
Especially on the bass, like I like it behind me. I can feel it, whether or not I can hear monitors or whatever's going on. At least I can feel somewhat
Stage
of a
volume.
note, like something happening with it. you know?
yeah.
Yeah, you're in the amps with the fucking. All I got is monitors.
Yeah,
I don't like that. No, I
that's
don't want that shit.
That's too futuristic for
Right.
me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with the amps and cabinets.
What are you playing with right now? And what do you just go on tour with? Like how like what kind of big amp are you lugging around
Right.
Europe?
Oh, I got this huge. Well, of course, I got an 810. You know,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you can't really get away with.
Yeah, that's
with,
ours is fake, but
Yeah. It's just hold shit up. It's to hold the camera up.
Yeah, mine's real.
Right. Yeah.
It's heavy, but
Yeah.
so I always have an 810. So that's like that's a little bit to carry around, but it's not really that bad. I mean, it's what we do.
Right. Yeah.
So it's cool. I could roll it. It gets around.
Nice.
But besides that, I started using, I guess, maybe like 7 years ago. I got a like an artist endorsement from Dark Glass. So
nice.
so I can at
Nice.
least like get like it's not a full endorsement, but it made it affordable, to
Yeah.
check
Yeah.
out. And at the time, I was fucking around with
Some of the amps look so fucking crazy.
dude. They
Like, the
are.
amount of shit you can do on that thing.
They're killer.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I started just using them for the basic tone that you would get with the parametric EQ and what have you. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even know micro tubes and
Nope.
all that shit for years.
Yeah.
And then I started to really like to kind of learn the machine, and I haven't. I mean, I got 3 of them,
Shit.
Right.
and I bring them all over the world because I just know I have my sound with that amp.
They're pretty durable though. Heavy duty on the
Dude.
road.
Yeah, like I mean,
Nice.
I've had like a couple of repairs.
Yeah. Right.
But we're talking like after like 400 shows or something, and
Yeah,
and
not bad at all.
and they got a universal converter on them too, so I don't have to. So I'm using different power sources.
Yeah.
everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
And still, with all of that, the only mistakes or the only problems that I've had is like if there was something wrong with the power on stage,
Right. Some kind
Right.
of dirty power shit going on with
and
it.
it
Yeah.
fries it, and then you're done. But other than that, man, those things rule.
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
I've
I
seen a
really-
bunch of shit on them. Like I've never played on one, but they just look insane.
Eric has
Like,
one. He spent all sorts of fucking money on
It's
it.
a lot
but
of
he says
money.
Yeah,
it's
they're getting
amazing.
expensive.
They
now.
are.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, because they're getting more specialized. They're starting to do stuff with them that's like when you hear it, it's just like, wow, man, y'all really got tone dialed.
Yeah,
in,
I got some pedal now that's got an entire EQ on it. That's like, this looks insane, man.
It's
$1,000
wild.
fucking pedal. Like,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
out
exactly, exactly. So I hold on to my 3,
Uh huh.
but nah, those that's pretty much it. I don't have I don't got a pedal board, of course. I just play clean through that Dark Glass, with a little bit of gain.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really travel too. I don't travel with too much shit. I don't need. I don't need one of them cases that you carry 2 guitars in.
Oh yeah.
I just change my strings.
Do you guys travel with a guitar tech?
No. Oh no. We don't travel with a guitar tech. We don't travel with a sound dude. We in the U.S. we have one dude that we've been the dude. He's a friend of ours. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been working with us since
course, yeah.
since 2009.
Okay,
Right.
so he's been. Yeah.
And he does like merch. He books us. He's essentially a TM. He
right.
does,
Yeah.
deals with
Okay,
all
he puts in work.
he
Yeah.
puts in a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not doing it for free.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course not. Yeah. No.
No one is.
But
20 years in.
But-
Yeah.
but-
like just the kindness of my heart.
but nah, it's a cool setup we got. Like where it's he's cool with it. Because he likes to be busy.
Right. Okay.
So he don't
That's
stop.
perfect then. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's on the phone with other bands while he's driving us to the next gig.
Shit, yeah.
Planning their tour and
I like people like that. I'm not a person like that. I like people like that.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah,
It's good because
uh-huh.
none of us like to drive or sell merch. Or,
Right. None of that shit.
Nah.
I don't like booking things. I hate setting up shows.
Nah, it's a lot of work.
It's a
man.
lot of work,
But I mean, I've done it. But
Oh yeah, but coordination is just such a pain in the ass, man.
yeah, it
You know,
is.
it really is.
And then in Europe, we usually have for a while we had 2 people, but we're down to we do 1 person over there as well. Because I mean, we feel like it's like with sound people, I mean, who's gonna know the room better? You know, like I mean, not to say that like to have a sound person with you isn't good, because I mean, professional sound person is adaptable, can figure out any room.
That's
you know?
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I mean, if you got a good sound guy at the, like you're saying, at the place that they know,
we say, well, I mean, not to sound cheap, but it's free to have a house dude.
damn right it is.
And I'd say like 98% of the time things are cool. You
right.
know?
Yeah.
It's only every once in a while.
Hopefully they've been doing it for a while at that place. They understand how
Yeah,
it goes.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
And if not, it doesn't really matter, because we have enough stage volume, you know,
Yeah.
that to overcome most things. You know,
Yeah.
like if you get like, we've had like where they can't get rid of the low rumble from the kick drum. You know, like every time you hit something, because they got so much low end on the stage. And so that's like the worst thing we have to deal with, because it starts to make you feel like you're out of tune. You know, the swell is so loud that you start to think it's your notes. You know.
Yeah. Nothing's sounding right.
But most of the time, it ain't. I mean, we have problems rarely.
Yeah.
You know.
I first saw I Hate God in 1996, opening up for Pantera and White Zombie at the UNO Lakefront Arena.
Yep.
And I remember I think they were pissed off at the crowd, or they acted like they were, because I think, but maybe I'm wrong about that concert. And I'm saying it, but the way I
I was
took,
there.
Yeah, were you there?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that was my first exposure to I Hate God, and I was like, man, these guys are fucking hardcore, but it didn't sound like the sound man was giving them any
love.
no love that night in that big place.
Yeah.
But that was my first exposure to I Hate God, and I remember thinking, like, this is from my hometown, but I was too young to even get into the gigs that they had in New Orleans at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
But you were a fan first of the band before you got the bass gig?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I was doing, like I was saying, when I was doing gigs over at the Jefferson Lions home.
Yeah.
We had like a group of like all of our young bands. That was like the reason we started doing shows, because we couldn't play at Jimmy's and Muddy Waters
Right.
and all
Yeah.
that.
I'll make my own fucking show.
Yeah, so that's what we did.
Uh-huh.
We started doing shows there, and it was during that. It was like between, I want to say it was like between 88 and like 90 or 91 that I was doing shows and playing in a band back then too. But it was around that time that they started playing, and so they were like part of an older crew, that we all knew of, because of the bands that they were
Right.
in and whatever. And so we knew them just from going to their shows and what have you. So I booked an I Hate God show at the Lions home, like with our like our little high school band.
Yes.
And so I've been a fan since back then, because I thought it was really cool, all the like the feedback. I mean, it's an odd thing to like.
I mean,
But
you said nobody was doing that kind of shit.
But
though,
nobody
yeah.
was doing that
Right.
kind of shit, and it had like a musical aspect to it. It's
Right.
like all these cool, harmonies fading in and out. And it was just something that was like super cool to me, like from the start.
Yeah.
And like the hostile.
Yeah.
But it's like in a humorous way.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's
I don't remember. Now I'm looking back on the gig. It's like maybe I just took it the wrong way, but because maybe I was just so serious into the, like, I don't know, the probably White Zombie and Pantera. And I was
Right.
like, are these guys making fun of us for liking the mainstream
probably so.
band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Also,
so.
yes. Yeah.
There's probably a little bit of honesty
Yeah.
mixed in with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been a fan of Jimmy Bowers since Down. That was really my first exposure to him. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I thought of him as a drummer for a while, and then like I finally realized that I'd been watching Jimmy Bauer play guitar and I Hate God for so long. I was kind of late to the party, to be honest
Right.
with you, man. But I really dig I Hate God. Now I realize that Mike's one of my favorite singers ever. Now that I've actually got to go back through their career. And I've actually only done that in about the last month.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But so how many records have you been on? 2?
I've been on 2 full lengths and about, let's see, 1, 2, a handful of 7 inches and
Right.
a couple of compilations. I'm trying to think. There's a self-titled. There's actually 3. There's a self-titled. There's the one we just did.
Right.
And then Preaching was the first time that I was on a recording. We recorded like 3 songs up in our apartment. we used to jam. We used to jam in the living room. Like I Hate God, Outlaw Order, and Hogjaw all jammed at our house. But so we recorded some of the first recordings that I'm on, for that record, for Preaching the End Time Message. So Preaching and like the Vietnam, New Orleans is New Vietnam.
Yeah, I love that fucking song, man.
Yeah, it's a cool jam. It's like our anthem.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I had some fucking song on a compilation, but that one was the one that was like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, what kind of fucking name is this? First off, I love it, and then just the song bangs. It's good.
Thank you.
So you play guitar in Hogjaw as well, though, right?
Yeah, that's the band that I started doing that in '96, and I mean we still play, so we never like broke up or anything.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't put no records out no more, but
shows still happen.
Yeah, we still play because it's a group of friends. I mean, that's why we jam to begin with.
Right,
it's because we all friends that like to play music.
Now, were you playing guitar before you started playing bass, or it was kind of the same?
No, I played bass first. Bass first.
Shit.
Yeah, I played bass in my high school hardcore band because everybody played guitar.
I know, right? Yeah.
So that's why I mean not because I like listened to some cool bass player. They just needed a bass player, and somebody gave me a bass for $50. So
I'm the bassist. Yeah,
I'm the bassist. But I did ended up like I took like lessons, for a couple of years, and like played in like jazz band and Brother Martin just for the experience.
It's a big one, man. The jazz on the bass is a crazy workout, crazy training on that shit.
Yeah, like, it's intense, man.
Yeah. I don't fuck with it too much. It's a lot.
Nah, I tried.
Everybody that I know that does it is just amazing on it. Like it can just go all over the place, know every damn scale. They know where you're at, like no big deal.
Nah, I see that too, and I mean, I could get. I know my way around the bass now. Not like I'm not like killer or anything like that.
I think people disagree with that. I mean, I know people that I Hate God's their favorite band, so you'd have to be their favorite bassist.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I think of when I first started. Like I'll let you learn like Sex and Violence, like the Exploited,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about some pretty like simple shit,
Yeah.
So I guess I have come a little bit, along the way to playing better.
What year did you start?
It was in '88.
88. Wow.
Yeah, in '88, yeah, that's when I started. When I started playing, I got into hardcore like, I guess like '86. I mean, I was always into music before then, so it was kind of where I belong kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you still practice at home, or do you feel like you just practice at practice now?
Nah, there was a period where we were touring so much that when I get home.
Right, like I need to put things down for a minute.
Fuck this thing.
Yeah, fuck this thing. But that was at a different time, and like we were touring, like I mean we were on the road like 3/4 of the year at that point.
Yeah, okay.
And for a few years at a time, and
yeah, you need a fucking break.
It was an interesting like 2 or 3 years, whatever it was. But now when I come home, I try to take advantage of like being like in practice of playing every night.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I finish, I mean, of course, there's like when we get home from tour, I usually take care of like all of the logistics and finishing up settlements and what have you. But once that's done, then I do like to sit around and play scales. I mean, like just learn songs just for the hell of it. Like anything to keep me interested in playing. Because I mean, I have so much free time. It seems like a good way to use it. Try to get better at what I'm doing.
Not bad, yeah, right. This is what I do. Yeah,
you don't want to get worse.
Right? No,
you can.
Oh, it's easy. Yeah.
But yes, I do practice a lot at home. When I'm home, I do, especially right now because I'm doing. Well, we have I Hate God's tour starting Tuesday.
You're about to go back, right?
Yeah, and then like 2 days or 3 days after I get home, my other band, Class Hole, that's like another band that I'm in.
I'm glad that you said that.
I think I was supposed to remind you.
Did you open for Off?
Yeah, that was at Siberia.
And at
in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. I was
Spanish
one of
Moon?
that's where I bought that poster from.
Oh, what a trip.
Yeah. And I got them to sign it. Had what was his name? Dale Crover was playing drums for him on that tour.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool as fuck. It was like this New Orleans band is on here. I wasn't too plugged into the scene then, as you can tell. But I remember seeing you guys and what was the other? There was another band that opened. Anyway, that was a pretty cool. That's my favorite band. I think of the last 20 years is Off.
Yeah, they were great, man, because they kind of epitomized all of what was Black Flag and Circle Jerks.
Yeah,
like they had a good sound. Like the guitar tone was true.
Yeah,
to like that old like SST, like just like that Flag sound. Just really nailed it. And it wasn't. Like that the first EP that they put out was just like. It was like 80s hardcore reborn.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it was so good.
Yeah,
actually,
it was spot on.
Yeah, it was exactly. I mean, it is Keith Morris, so it's authentic. But just the fact that it still gave me the same feeling I got from punk whenever I was like 12 listening to it, or Minor Threat even.
Nah, it had that same that angst kind of intensity.
Yeah, and from a 60-year-old man or whatever at the time. Now he's like 73 or something, like maybe older.
Still showing up the youngsters.
Yeah,
still showing them up.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're going to play late into your life as well on in bands? Do you feel like you're going to continue into like your 70s?
Oh, easily.
Easily?
Because we've all, everybody that I jam with, we've been jamming for a long time, you know, and so like at this point,
what's stopping you really?
Why would we do anything else? You know? Not to say that, it'd be cool to do something else too, but it'd be I think it's almost like a natural progression that we would finish out this way.
Right, yeah.
What
are you done? Like, what?
Yeah, we started this in high school.
Right.
Yeah. All of us started like real young, into all this. I think Mike's seen Minor Threat and all kind of fucking cool shit.
Jesus, yeah.
So
I think he's involved in like the Graveyard Story where somebody
with the Misfits.
Yeah, the Misfits. I've heard that
he was there.
Yeah. It's crazy to be so close to. Sometimes it's so crazy to be so close to people. I'm sorry.
What the fuck is this?
Somebody playing My War.
Yeah, they're getting some jet on us.
No, it's just like you're so adjacent to these big people that come through town. Like Mike got to meet the Misfits and be part of that story, and now you're in a band with them and play all the time. You know what I mean? It's crazy to be just a few steps from these, icons. And especially in the people you get to play with.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Like all these festivals and everything we play.
Right.
Dude, I've seen some fucking cool shit like The Exploited. And, one of my that's like an early favorite of mine, The Exploited.
I love them. Yeah.
But fucking Joan Jett, fucking
Jesus,
Motorhead. Vitus, like both versions of Saint Vitus.
Yeah, we got Raid on here supposedly in November. Wait, when is that? September.
He's taking all of September.
Yeah.
Dave Chandler's going to come through with Raid, and then he's going to come through and talk.
That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fucking nuts, man. I was watching a documentary on the Mentors, and they had fucking Dave Chandler and the guitarist talking about when they did the tour with them in the 80s. Yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
Yeah, that came through New Orleans.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
I want to say in the mid 80s sometime.
Yeah, it was right around that way. The guitarist was talking about he filled in for the Mentors and made more money in the 3 shows he filled in than he did for the whole fucking St. Vitus tour. God damn.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, money was tight back then.
Right.
Still is.
It still is, yeah. But shit, man, those guys are some drinking motherfuckers too. So I'm sure that went right there.
Yeah, we've all we've all done our share.
Yeah. Nah, not me. I'm not.
Nah, not. I'm talking about everybody.
Everybody
else.
else. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys traveling by bus? I guess in Europe as well.
Nah. We travel in like a Sprinter. You know.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, Sprinter van.
Yeah. Buses are expensive, man.
Really?
Yeah.
And we don't spend money. We don't spend money on nothing we don't need.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys own a Sprinter or you rent it?
We rent it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just more peace of mind. But
Yeah.
we don't do like buses and all that because it's just I mean, we've done bus tours
Yeah.
and it's cool, but I like being in the van and getting out at the gas station, looking at fucking skulls or whatever they got, whatever kind of what kind of legal drugs they got in whatever city.
Right.
it is.
Whatever weird ass gas station.
Like there's
pills
things that you miss when you're on a bus because when you're on a bus, you're cruising overnight, and then you
Right.
show up and you're at the next gig, which is cool.
Right.
But yeah, the Sprinter just works for us. That's we know more of that kind of touring than we know buses. Let's put it that way.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're spacious. They get it done.
Yeah.
Everybody's in it. Everybody, or is it like a couple of cars rolling? Like
With-
all the shit's in one, and then
in-
people are in another. Or?
Are you talking about like how we do it now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everything's together.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, all we got's like a A10 412 and a drum kit, and then
Okay. Well,
and
shit.
then merch.
That's not bad.
So yeah, those Sprinters are nice, dude. There's a lot of space.
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they are. What's the one you got out there? That's yours? Out
Yeah, that's
there?
my Transit, my Ford Transit.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You like
clocked
these
it.
vans so much, you got one for home.
Hell yeah.
Well, there's two things. It's easy to move gear in those things.
Yeah,
for
because it's so
sure.
tall.
Yeah.
Like it was a great investment for that, I mean, because I'm gonna be playing gigs, so I was like, I had never bought like a new car,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bought that, but then it was after Katrina too, and when we evacuated for Katrina,
Yeah.
we had a fucking Geo Metro, and we had
Fuck,
all
no.
my shit. I don't know how we fit it all in
Yeah.
there.
How?
And we had like two hours of fucking snapping turtle. I mean, all kind of
Ah.
shit. And
That's how I am now. I've got fucking 7 pets.
Yeah.
If, like anything goes down, it's gonna
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
disaster.
Yeah, you're gonna be bunkering down, right?
Hard. Yeah, you go nowhere.
But we figured in the Transit we could if some shit happens again, we could put a mattress in the back of it.
For sure.
So it's
Yeah.
like dual purpose,
Yeah. No, I like them.
family and work.
Thought about getting the minivan, doing that life, but
Yeah.
Do
I
it.
don't know.
I mean, I see
Yeah.
Paul with it, and it just makes me fucking jealous.
I know.
Our drummer.
It fits so much shit.
It's like
into
so
it.
much shit you can put in there. But I know when the Transit first came out, it seemed like you could walk through the back doors. It was so tall.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah. Anyway, I was going to ask you about touring over there as well. Oh, did you get a chance to walk around in the cities that you're playing in? Like, do you actually get a chance to visit, like
Right, is
Berlin,
everything
whenever you
pretty
go there?
tight scheduled when you're over there? You get some downtime.
I mean, it's usually a tight schedule.
Yeah, right.
But I usually kind of plan ahead. Like when we get in some place that I know is going to be cool. I mean, we get there at like 4 o'clock for sure. That's like
Yeah.
a guarantee. We get there at 4 o'clock. And so before we get there, if it's like a cool city, like I had never been to Thessaloniki,
Ah,
been to Athens before. That's awesome. But first time in Thessaloniki, so I just looked up a bunch of stuff on my phone beforehand. You see what's close by the venue, what's close to the hotel, and I'll walk like 5 miles.
right.
Like it doesn't really bother me how far anything is.
Well, a lot of the shit over there is made to like walk to. Like it's very close knit technically, compared to here.
Yeah, it depends on where you are.
Yeah,
I go with that.
Barcelona,
I
you
go with
walk
that,
all
yeah.
day.
You could find yourself walking across a cornfield or something, being like, "What the fuck am I doing?" Because I've done that. But yeah, so I always make time to. I mean, sometimes you can, or sometimes you're basically playing on like the airline highway of France, or like someplace that is supposed to be beautiful somewhere, but it
Right.
ain't. It's
It's
not
not
where
this.
you are.
Not this.
It's somewhere else. But most of the time we were like near the city center, and you could go like check out, like whatever's whatever's happening, around there. I usually look for like ruins or
Oh
historical
yeah,
sites.
right. Yeah.
Or,
It's like, when the fuck are you gonna be there again? Honestly, like, I gotta see
nah,
this,
dude, I really do.
Yeah.
I sleep when I get home.
Right. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'd do the same. If it was
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there, it's like, dude, 100%. I've got to see as much as I can see if I can.
Nah, you don't know when you're gonna be back.
Yeah. Right.
And there's a lot of people that will never get the chance to even see one of those places, So,
Are you guys planning on going back that way?
yeah, we just finished the tour like last week,
Right. Yeah.
but we just got a new booking agent for Europe,
Nice.
and so we're already starting to work on either
fucking
April
sick.
or June.
Oh shit. Okay.
you know,
yeah.
to go back over there, hopefully with something new, because that's what we got going for the fall of this year. Is we doing we got a bunch of shit written,
Okay.
but we got a lot of like arranging and putting together to do, because we're trying to shoot for having a new record for next year, or at least like an EP of some
Ooh,
sort,
I
like
like
something new,
Yeah.
So we got a new booking agent for Europe.
You guys trying to record out here?
Oh, always.
New Orleans?
Dude,
Yeah.
always.
Where you at?
We the last one. Well, most of the stuff we do is up at Fontainebleau, and
Okay.
because
Yeah. All right.
we have a good friend.
Was that Strange Daisy over there?
Say it again.
Is that Strange Daisy over there? Is that-
No, it's just this.
Okay.
He's a friend of ours.
Okay.
Like, I went to high school with him.
Gotcha.
It's like Jimmy's best friend,
Okay.
and he recorded for Housecore Records for a long time, dude. Like for like a lot of their releases that he did all the recording and mixing and whatever. So he's in our practice room, and he records just like studio quality band practices.
Nice.
And so we have all of like everything we need. We can't, you can forget riffs left and right unless your friend's sitting there just recording it all.
Uh-huh.
And so it's pretty cool. We do that like once we get into it, he just goes up there and records, and we just go up there and we just jam and jam and jam until something starts to form.
Nice.
Every once in a while we'll bring in something that's pre-written,
Yeah.
but most of the magic, I think, between the three of us is
Like very organic, off the cuff.
so when we
you
get
know?
together, we just
Yeah.
we play off of each other.
That's fucking cool. Like, we've never had an experience like that with, every time we go to a studio, it's like we have to have things written. We have this amount of time to do stuff. Like, this is what it is. You don't get to
Yeah.
write in the studio, especially when it's like, you crank through 7 or 8 songs. You're like, I kind of got an idea for something, but it's like we don't have time for this shit. We gotta,
Nah,
fuck
you're thinking
around.
about that clock.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so we don't have to
Yeah,
think
it's
about
cool
a
to.
clock. It's
That's
nice.
cool to be able to just like, I've been feeling this. Let's fucking run this through
Yeah,
for a bit.
Yeah, you could just jam for like 3 hours, and it's just a button press,
right.
know?
Yeah.
So-
that's nice.
Is that typically how I Hate God records now? Is live?
Nah. When we go in the studio, we do it like
the real deal?
with everything separate and everything.
You guys do it to a click?
Nah.
I couldn't imagine that.
Nah.
You never know. The people that you think that wouldn't do it.
It works for some people, but for
Right.
us, I think a click just makes it too unhuman.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If you know the songs, it kind of matches up enough.
Right.
That you can
Depends on what
manipulate
you're
a little.
playing too. If you're playing like like fucking what's that band?
Like some fucking animals as leaders. You probably got to play to a click to that.
Yeah, like something more complicated
Yeah.
than us is what I'm trying to say.
Little Joe
But,
Satriani.
but we just rely more on like the like the feel. Nothing's like wrong like meter wise. It's just a different feel that I think you get without a mechanized input.
Uh-huh.
I guess.
No, it does. It feels nice going that way, especially if you know the songs. You run it a bunch of times. It's like, we know it, just play it. We'll pick the best one, or we'll amalgamate all of them. It'll work.
Yeah. But I'm all right with that one.
Yeah.
Are you still recording with Hogjaw? I know you said earlier you weren't making records as much, but do you still continue to write new songs with them?
We did by accident. Yeah, like we were. We play like once or twice a year,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and so we were getting ready for one of the shows, and we started writing a new song, which was, and that's kind of the way to do it, if it's just the right time. I mean, like you just have cool riffs, and we're like, damn, we just wrote a couple of parts, So the idea of putting out new music isn't, it's not out of the question for sure.
Nice.
And we have like stuff that we recorded before we kind of stopped, because we stopped being functional, I guess, like maybe like 2005, like after Katrina.
Oh yeah.
We played around a little bit, but once I Hate God started up in 2009, I mean, I was doing Outlaw Order, I Hate God, and Hog Jaws.
It's a fucking lot.
Yeah, and then eventually Hogjaw, everybody got busy, dude. Everybody's got like jobs and families.
Yep.
Paul Webb's got his music store, so
He's making my amp.
Yeah.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's making me a head for the cabinet right behind you.
I think he's worked on
He's
every
sending me
fucking
sound,
guitar
but it
she's
sounds
had.
fucking amazing.
Dude, he does incredible work.
He does,
so
man.
good.
Eventually we're gonna have him on here because we were supposed to have him last November, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, and schedules got messed up somehow. But hopefully after he does the amp, he'll come on here and talk about it.
Oh yeah,
That'd
you
be
should
great.
definitely have him on. He's another one that's been around this
Yeah.
music scene
Right.
for a second.
Yeah.
And basically fixes all of our fucking shit.
Oh,
Yeah, mine. He's
insane with that
like, I
shit.
don't know why I feel like if I get a new guitar, until I bring it to him, it doesn't play right. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
That's how I feel.
he
like.
knows how to dial.
He
shit
does.
in.
I don't think TJ owns a guitar that hasn't been touched by Paul Webb.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Some
I just like
some
going in
form.
his shop. It's fucking the best. You get the fucking amps everywhere. Like he's always working on something while he's talking to it.
Yeah.
What do you need? Okay. Yeah,
Well, that's
great.
that's what I like the best too with that shit. Is like, no, you can come back in 30 minutes. It'll be done. Like, Jesus, dude, look at all the shit everywhere. Do you have time for this?
Yeah.
This I could barely walk. I could barely walk in the door. But you got time for this? Perfect.
Man, I was blown away one day. I walked in. He had a car engine sitting in the back.
Oh.
In the back, and he's like, I was like, damn. He's like, yeah, he's gonna learn how to take it apart and put it back together. And
Right.
I was like,
Did
Be
he?
the meanest bass.
I'm sure he
I've
did.
seen.
I'm sure he did.
yeah, it's years ago. So I
Yeah.
don't know whatever happened to it, but
Turning this into
I'm
an
sure
amp.
that he figured it out, man, because he could figure out anything.
He tinkers.
Yeah.
He
He's
knows
kept
what
that shitty. I can't say that. I guess
It's
that
not
red knob
shitty,
twin
yeah.
I've been playing for 10 years. He's kept that running because it's really fucking delicate.
It's
Sometimes on my way home, a tube will just fall out of it.
very touchy.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Yeah.
touchy.
Yeah, but
I think
anyway,
that happened at a show, like a big show we went to Houston for, and then as soon as we got on stage, fucking nothing.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that bitch was gone. No tube, nothing in there.
Solid state, man.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's the way to go, man.
They got emulators. They got little things that make it sound like a tube.
you played in a band with King Louie too.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
I
Yes.
did.
This is a guy I didn't know about at all.
No,
Really?
not
Yeah,
even a little. Severin was telling us
yeah.
about it. Dan Fox was
Shit.
telling us about it.
I'm
It's
a
like,
North Shore
what the
guy.
fuck?
I actually
Right.
got into. I wasn't even part of any kind of scene in
Nothing.
New Orleans.
No,
So I didn't
no.
know. I definitely didn't know King Louie. But I've listened back to some of his music. It's fucking really. It seems like it's still current music. It's
It
really
is,
cool.
right?
It's some timeless shit.
Yes.
It's-
Yes.
And everything he wrote, I mean, even the stuff like back in like the like, I guess it was like right after we got out of high school, because we all used to like be part of like he lived in Harahan and they skated, and we lived in Metairie and we skated, and then sometimes we'd hang out and all that.
Yeah.
But after all that, he started recording, like he started putting records out. I think like the first one was like the 69th Street Crack Combo or
Fuck
something like
yes.
that. I can't remember
Yeah.
the name of it right now, but it was it was his first like record, and it was kind of like it was like garage punk, but before like it was like a big thing kind of, it was like it had to have been like maybe like 92 or 3 or something was around when he first put out his first or I could be wrong, could be before then.
Seemed like endless amount of music. I
He
could have
never
just
stopped writing music.
Right.
And everything that he did was unique. Like the one man band was my favorite because it was kind of like a Hazel Atkins kind of like same principle, but it was Louis,
Yeah.
and he had his own very distinct personality that it was fucking hilarious. Like the songs were just like they were catchy. Like they were like real like I mean like the melodies that he would come up with were fucking sick.
Yeah, just so out the box,
Dude.
Like,
I mean
what the
completely
fuck,
out the
man?
box. But the lyrics were the best. Like talking about cooking pork chops and getting beat up by girls and like all these fucking hilarious like
Yeah.
one man band songs. But then there was like the Persuaders who were like early on in the garage punk scene as well. And then he ended up doing stuff with the dudes from Oblivions and the Retards as well.
Yeah.
And so that was
Was
like a
it
whole
Joey Retard?
yeah, Jay Retard.
Jay Retard. There we go.
Jay.
And I want to say it was Jack Oblivion. They did like was it Bad Times, I think, or something. I think it's called Bad Times. The
Okay.
project he did with them. But so that was like a whole nother section of his life that, you know, it's like all this amazing music output of like all this raw garage punk shit, you know.
Yeah.
And then he started Missing Monuments, and that
Missing
was
Monuments. Is that what you were in?
that's what I was
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
towards the end, like for a 7-inch and for like another recording that never came out, like towards the end. But that was like it was like power pop with his like with his like sense of melody.
Yeah.
And then the players that he had with him, like the drummer is Aaron from I Hate God.
Okay.
That was his band before he got in I Hate God, that and Mountain of Wizard.
Okay.
And
that's
Holy
what
shit,
that's what
yeah.
Paul Webb's in too, right?
Say it again.
Is Paul Webb in Mountain of Wizard?
He was in
Yeah.
Mountain of Wizard.
Yeah,
as
Yeah.
well.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. That's where I've heard that band.
Yeah.
From.
But yeah, so Missing Mayans was like a whole nother thing that was like just brilliant fucking music. And then now he's gone.
Right. Yeah.
What happened to him? Actually.
He lived as much as he wanted to.
There you go.
There we go.
That's what he
That's
did.
a good answer.
I like that. I like that
He
answer a
lived as
lot.
much as he wanted to.
I like that answer
Yeah,
a lot.
it was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a good run.
Well, he's pretty famous amongst the people we talked to. Severin brought him up. I think Dan Fox
Fox
brought him up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, he's a whole
I
family.
don't know if
man.
Danny Nick brought him up. He was talking.
Yeah, he might have as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
he grew up with all of us, so it's like the same. It's like
Yeah, that makes sense. Then yeah, that's
like
why
from,
all these
like I
fucking
said,
people
from like
talking
high
about it.
school on,
Yeah.
we've been known to do, you
Right.
know. But he's got he's got friends everywhere, dude, because he was fucking Lou.
Right. Yeah. Right.
He was a fucking
right.
he was hilarious. He
Yeah.
fucking drove. He drove I Hate God one time. We were just going to Austin, you know, so we were just like for a short run we would just hit up like, you know, a friend, you know, somebody that's got a van that could bring us.
Yeah.
And he drove us out there, dude, and it was the most insane time ever. He took it like a vacation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I would too, I think.
And so like the way we usually do is like, okay, well, you can drive. This is our merch. This is like, you know, this is the prices and all that. And I just remember we got off the stage and he was laying across our merch, making out with a chick, and he was giving away stuff.
I was about to say everything's fucking free.
Everything's
Like, yeah.
free.
Best day of my life.
Might have been our lowest merch night in like years. Like I mean, we probably made like $300 or something.
Right, yeah. But
dude.
you come back to Austin, everybody's wearing your shit. Like, there's no way
Yeah.
that you all bought this.
So that was kind of a funny memory of Lou, because he was fucking living. You
I
couldn't
love
stop
that,
him.
though.
You know,
Yeah.
your boy's fucking on.
Right? Why do you think I'm making out with her? I gave her 3 shirts.
Yeah, done. And she gave me a couple of Klonopins, so now I'm drinking this beer and they're mixing, and I feel great. So
Yeah, we're good. I'm driving, right? Let's go.
and then we drove home.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But yeah, everybody loves Lou. We still love Lou. We always will.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
great to hear. Are you excited for the next tour?
Oh yeah, man.
Or are you just do you feel like you go on vacation after the tour, or do you stay home? Like do you ever? What I'm saying is, do you ever go on vacation, or is touring your vacation?
Oh, I see. what you're saying.
Neither.
Neither.
Yeah, right.
Touring is. I mean,
Touring is work, and
I mean,
just
it's
come
work.
home.
I enjoy it. You
Yeah.
know, I enjoy my work, but it's I wouldn't say it's vacation.
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
There's
Taxing.
like you might get like a day off if we have to travel,
Yeah.
and in that case, then maybe we stay someplace that's cool,
Right. Yeah.
Or
You're not fucking mapping it out like a thing across the states, though.
Nah, dude, we're not trying to go to the Grand Canyon.
No, let's get the
I
biggest
mean,
ball of yarn.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about all that shit. We're just trying to get to the club.
Uh-huh.
And hopefully they got some good food.
Right. Some semblance of a green room happening.
Some air conditioning. Yeah,
Shut
whatever,
that shit up.
dude. But and at home we usually just stay home because we got like 4 dogs.
Yeah.
And
all Chihuahuas.
All Chihuahuas.
Come on.
and they were. I mean,
that's a fucking ball of energy, huh?
It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
And so when I come home, I like to take. I love to.
Oh, they must go ape shit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So we hang out, we eat, and we hang out with our dogs. That's like our vacation. And we have a nice yard. We put a lot of time into our yard. Got all kind of shit growing, frogs and fucking all kind of animals, like a little ecosystem that we kind of foster.
Like a pond going in there.
Got a couple of ponds.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some bullfrog tadpoles so we could get like that. Some baritone and back there.
I know, they're so loud.
Dude.
Yeah, they're so loud. They're
You'll
out.
regret that.
They're out and about in all the ditches by my house. They're fucking loud.
Yeah,
now that's wild. That's not. I didn't put them out there. They're fucking out there.
Nah. That's a gift of the wild.
Right? Yeah. It's good shit though. It's crazy.
Yeah. So that's our vacation, man. We fucking stay home, and touring will always be fun to me. Because I like to play. I like to hang out and talk to people and shit, about fucking nothing in particular. When we could talk about fucking Black Flag for the fucking 500th time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm still cool with it because I'm still listening to Black
Right,
Flag.
I
So it's
still
still
fucking
relevant.
like
That's what I feel like too. I feel like I know what my dad is like now because you always saw
The
him
same
with
stories
same
over and over,
stories,
yeah.
same
Like-
songs over and over
all
again.
the shit
It's
I like, man.
And that's how I feel. I play those first fucking 5 Metallica albums. I play fucking Black Sabbath, the first 5 Black Sabbath albums probably.
Right.
And those are the albums I go back to the most.
Right.
And just over and over. Whenever that comes on the metal station, that's where I'm like, oh yeah, fine.
There it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, it has been fucking an honor to have you on our podcast.
Thanks so much for
thank
coming
you.
through. Thanks for coming, making
an
time
honor
on
to be
this. I know
here.
you got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
You go right back on tour, right?
On Tuesday,
on
we
Tuesday,
leave.
yeah. Your first show's next Thursday or some shit. Huh?
Next Tuesday. No, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the 8th, I think, 7th, or 8th, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, we start in Chattanooga.
Man, I fucking love Chattanooga.
He's not
though.
going to see. He's like, to the fucking
I know,
club,
right? Yeah,
back to the
I
hotel.
just said this. That's not what fucking happened.
You think I'm going on the train, asshole?
Tennessee in general, I love it, but Chattanooga, I've been there a bunch of times, so I really like that shit.
Yeah, it's a small town. I dig it.
yeah.
Yeah, so we start there and basically go up to New York and back down. And
All East Coast, or you circling?
it's going to be, I think it's mostly East Coast.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to think where we even gone, man. Virginia, Jersey. Yeah, so it's mostly
Right,
East
yeah.
Coast.
Nice.
And so that's it's a short little run. But then in August we tour with Crowbar,
Nice.
and that's gonna be like a month-long tour.
It's a very big one, huh?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
a bunch of sold-out shows already.
Fuck, yeah.
Add matinee shows and all kind of
Oh,
shit.
shit. Nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a great tour,
Yeah.
man.
That's going to be some fucking work.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be some fucking chugging.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And we touring with Crowbar, so
Right?
that's like one of the situations when you they all old friends,
Right.
And so it'll be a fun tour. It's like touring with Godor,
Yeah.
Like we did that fucking three different countries,
Shit, yeah.
Right before you go, I just remembered I didn't want to get you out of here without asking. How was it playing the first Acid Bath show? Opening up for Acid Bath again at the Fillmore. Was that a cool show?
Oh, it was a great show. Yeah, I think it was like a family gathering.
Yeah.
I bet, yeah.
Like it is. I mean, for one, they ain't never been a local band.
Right.
I mean, from Louisiana.
Right, yeah.
That that's had this kind of like response coming back, you know.
Dude,
So
fucking people were like, "This is a
it's a
fucking
trip.
childhood dream shit." And
Yeah, I
talking
mean,
about the show.
I remember seeing them. There's 300 people.
Right.
It was packed, but it was at Jimmy's.
But it was 300 at Jimmy's. Yeah.
But nah, so it was a cool show because so many people were looking forward to hearing them.
Yeah.
And they jammed, and aside from jamming, like they played a set that most people wouldn't have expected. Like you'd think they would just go for the jugular.
Of
all,
course,
like,
yeah, right,
But
yeah.
they did the opposite, and it was
Nice.
killer. Dude. It was a great show, and
You pepper the shit in, you know, like you
yeah.
pepper it in. It's
no,
good.
no,
you know?
it was a good call on their part.
Yeah.
I thought, and then it was just cool to be part of you know, like when so many people are excited and it's like a local
Oh yeah.
thing. You know, it's like something that everybody has a little bit of pride
Dude,
in. You know,
huge. Like I said, a buddy of mine that lived down here flew down. He's in Vegas. Flew down for that fucking show. It was like
Yeah, a lot of people came
people
from
were
that
fucking
time.
coming from nowhere to come to see that shit.
Yeah, it was
you know?
wild, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
we was on tour. We were on tour in California and fucking had to fly home for
Holy shit.
the day of the show.
Yeah?
And then leave the next morning.
I
But
still got fucking shows, but we're doing this. For
yeah,
sure.
oh yeah, we made sure to do it,
Yeah,
man, because
uh-huh.
it was the first one too
Right.
in New Orleans, so like we felt honored
It's
to
gonna
be
be
asked
great.
to do the first Acid Bath show in New Orleans.
Yeah.
For real though, yeah. Like what a fucking ask. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that's super cool.
Why would I turn that down? How? Why would you
Nah,
turn that down? You know?
we would.
No, exactly.
We're going to play with them again in Brooklyn. That's what this tour.
Fuck yeah,
That's what this
all
tour
right.
come up is based on going to play with Acid Bath in Brooklyn.
Nice.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
So-
That's gonna be so badass too, man.
Right?
Yeah, Brooklyn's fun, man.
Yeah.
Fucking rowdy city.
Fucking rowdy. Yeah. yeah.
But
All right, Gary. Well, it's been fucking awesome
It's
having you
so
on the
great.
pod,
Thanks for
man.
coming out.
thank y'all both.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Fuck yeah.
And I can't wait to fucking hear your new music.
Yeah.
So-
Check them out.
Check out I Hate God. I know you already are. But thank
There's some new shit hopefully coming soon.
all right. I'll see you guys later.
All right. I fucking with you.